I remember carrying on up to the middle, to the arcade, where there was the monkey band, and putting in 2p into the slot and pressing the button and watching the automated monkeys playing in their band, sitting on the grass with palm trees, pipe cleaner palm trees over them. One of them had a sort of broken neck and was always just looking at the sky. And we'd all watch, just mesmerised, myself and my sister, and loving it. And then it would finish, and then we'd put in another 2p, which we bought specially, and watch them all over again. And knowing that my dad had been brought to the pier when he was a boy, and watched the monkey band too. I remember being taken on the pier by my parents when I was about 6, and lying down and peering through the gaps between the wooden boards, watching the sea glistening. It was a sort of magical place where I knew that only I in all the world could see that glitter, that wave, and hear that sound. I remember taking my daughters on the pier when they were little, and walking down to that end bit where you could walk down the steps and sit on the kind of metal floor and dangle your feet, leaning on the railings, and again just feeling that sense of being so entwined, connected to the sea. There it is, surging as far as you can see and swishing underneath you, and feeling the waves beating on the uprights of the pier. And sometimes if the tide was high, you could feel it splashing you. I remember watching the pier from a distance for the fireworks and just loving that. Again, that feeling of its gifting to us. If it wasn't there, just reaching out quietly and on over the years into the sea, we couldn't have this wonderful show of fireworks and the biggest gathering of people on the beach, and knowing looking at us all, and knowing that we all share this town, and we've all come to the pier, the good old pier that we all love, to watch this spectacular display of light in the darkness. And if it wasn't for the pier, we couldn't do it. I was walking along and just saw this person launch themselves out of the sea, caught by the wind right over the top, and land on the other side. It was amazing. Then the pier representing challenge and daring and an obstacle to be overcome. And I also remember going there to sit on the beach and watch the Birdman competitions, the launching of people of themselves off a purpose-built launch pad diving board at the end of the pier, with all kinds of amazing flying contraptions that they had created, and others just no engineering at all, just dressing up as a superhero with a large cape. I remember going out in the evenings, late evenings, in the cold, and dressed rather unpractically for the weather, to get to Rutherford's, a nightclub on the end of the pier. I'm sure this is a memory shared by many people. And to go from the wild sea and the sky and the wind into this thumping, dark, loud nightclub full of music and drink and the hunt, and spending quite a lot of evenings there. But then reaching that capacity feeling where you've completely had enough and you can leave and go outside for a moment and just breathe the air and look at the moon and feel the fresh, truthful quietness of the wind that were to top you up so that you could dive back in for a bit more wildness. I remember going out especially to watch the murmuration of starlings and seeing them coming from different places on the land and gathering in these beautiful, moving, spiralling, surging forms, these little delicate bodies gathering and then swooping down under the end of the pier to roost, and hearing them all chattering away to each other in this great loud evening song chorus. It was moonlit, and dark and familiar and amazing to be there in that place, thinking of all the times I've walked down there in my life, as have my parents and my dad's parents and their parents. There it is, playing its part in all of our lives. I remember walking up and just sitting with a book and not opening it much, but rather just gazing at the view and the people, and being aware that there are all these people, all different ages, from all different journeys, that choose to come up and back just for the joy, because it gives us space and peace and a moment to ourselves, or a moment to revel together. And what a lure it is, even though it goes up and back, that the destination is gazing out at the sea and being in the beauty of it. And the whole design of the pier is just to gift us that space to look and be and see and be sheltered and held and nourished by all that beauty. This marvellous contrast between the still steadiness of the pier and the life that has come and gone over the generations, up and down it, bringing all our stories, all our memories, all our feelings, all these present moments through time. How remarkable and glorious that is. And this sort of delicateness of it, this finger reaching out, beautiful and delicate in its architecture, reaching out across the beach just to gift us this incredible opportunity to be there over the sea. And just being with my unborn child and gathering my thoughts and feeling into being pregnant, and knowing that the vibration of the waves that flows through the pier flows through that child too, and that the sounds of the waves and the sea is also reaching her, and that even the smell as I breathe in the salty spray, it's reaching her too, and the feeling of bliss with the sun on my face and the sound in my ears and the rhythm in my body, that bliss reaching her too. And sometimes I'd sit there for ages with a notebook and write my musings and thoughts about being pregnant and becoming a mum, and somehow that place on the pier felt like the easiest place to reach into that feeling. And because of where it is, held up from the land and out over the sea, and all light and air and movement and life.